here's the deal. Listen up. Very important lesson. You want to know about strumming, beats per measure, things like that. This is very important for you to grasp. I mean, this is what music's all about: is the rhythm, the feel, how the strum pattern is, how you're grooving with it. You know, whether you give it an easygoing feel, more of a funky feel, whatever. But keeping the beat is very important. So. Get yourself a pick. You need to get some flat picks, just some plastic flat picks, plectrums, whatever you want to call them. They have like hard ones, medium ones, thin ones. Don't get a thick one. Get either a medium to where it's got some bend to it, or a thin one. For acoustic rhythm type playing, you're going to want it to have some flexibility. So get some picks. It's going to fall out of your hand quite a bit. It's going to take some getting used to, but here's the deal. This is how you hold it. Take the pick, get it in the frame here. Take your thumb, put your thumb on it, so there's only about that much sticking out, okay? It needs to be perpendicular to your thumb. Your thumb's going this way, pick needs to be coming straight out this way. And then your index finger is going to hold the underneath of it, however you want. If you want to bend your finger underneath like that, whatever's comfortable. If you want to hold it like that, just as long as you're holding it fairly firm so it doesn't fall out of your hand and there's just about that much sticking out and it's coming straight away from your thumb like that, perpendicular. Grab your guitar. We're not going to be worrying about the left hand. You know, no chords, nothing like that. What I'm going to do is we're going to focus primarily on your right hand for the strumming and keeping the beat and the measures and all that. So just lightly take your fingers and hold the strings just real light to where when you play them, you pluck them, you just get that dead thud. So you can just focus on this hand. You don't need to do anything over here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to teach you how to play 4 beats per measure. We're also going to go over 3 beats per measure. Most songs are 4 beats per measure or 4 beats per bar, however you want to say it. But there are a lot of songs that are 3 beats per measure or 3 beats per bar. So first of all, what we're going to do is show you how to strum. Now when you strum, you're holding that pick firmly so there's a little bit sticking out. When you strum down, you're going to strum all the strings unless you're playing like a D chord or a C chord or an A or something that doesn't require all the strings. When you strum down, you're gonna strum the strings and you're gonna kind of let your pick go at an angle like this. Okay, you're not gonna keep it straight to where it's kind of rigid going through those strings. You're kind of let it go with the flow and just glide across those strings. And then when you strum up, you're only gonna strum like the bottom 2 or 3 strings. You're gonna kind of come up at an angle and away. So up and away, just to where it's nice and smooth and you're letting the pick kind of just go with the flow. Okay, so just remember when you strum up, most of the time, some people only strum the bottom string when they strum up. I strum like the bottom 2 or 3. You're not strumming these fat strings on the up strums. So let's just practice this. Let's do a 4 count, 4 beats per measure. You know, you can tap your foot or whatever you do, like 1, 2, 3, 4, that tempo. And you can speed the tempo up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But we're just going to do a nice and easy beginning tempo. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your foot tapping. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to strum down. You're going to get your hand going in this motion to where it's constantly moving up and down just to help you keep the rhythm. But you're not strumming the ands, you're just going to be strumming the downs on this 4 count. So you're just going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that's 4 beats per measure. And then you got the ands, and you're gonna, every time you say and, you're going to strum the upstroke, just those bottom 2 or 3 strings, okay? So it's going to go like this, and there's going to be 8 strums in those 4 beats per measure, because you're strumming 8 times, because you're strumming between the counts on the ands. So it's going to be like this, an 8 count. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So instead of just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's going to be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Like I said, learn how to tap your foot to keep that rhythm, you know, and you can get to where you can speed it up like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and some sometimes people will just strum, they won't strum all the ands. They'll switch it up to where they just strum the downbeats for the first 2 or 3 counts, and then finish the rest of the measure with some ands like this. Like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and, or, I don't know, it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just different strumming patterns. You can play around with them to get different feels. You know, when you learn to play different songs, really try to hear the rhythm with your ear. Yeah, just practice those 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It helps just keep your hand moving, and it helps to count the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's a 4 count. And then the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you get really good at those, then you can mess around with different strumming patterns to where you're missing some downs and you're just playing certain counts, okay? And you're not playing all the counts, just to kind of give it some dynamics. Let me just show you this real quick, just to give you an idea. I hope the glare's not too bad. Let's see if we can get it in the middle of the frame. What we got here is we got your measures. There's your first measure, there's your second measure, so on and so forth. You know what it is this is a 4 beats per measure time signature, and then down here you got your 3 beats per measure time signature. On the down arrows, you're strumming down obviously, and then you know, so you got your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in that whole measure. So 4 beats per measure. And then the up arrows you strum up, obviously, these red up arrows. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on and so on. That's why this is an 8 count, because you're strumming it 8 times in those 4 beats, because you're strumming the ands. This one's a 4 count because you're just strumming on the number count, the down strokes. And then, you know, down here it gives you the same idea on the 3 beats per measure. So it'd just be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, or just 1, 2, 3. You know, a lot of songs that are more funky and stuff are only 3 beats per measure, or just a little quicker and more upbeat. But whatever, you know, practice all of these, and if you have any questions, just give me a ring, man. I'll help you out. Let me just play something real quick with some chords so you get the idea. I'll just use the 2 chords G and C, and I'll start just with a 4 count. Not strumming the ands, but if you just notice, remember, I'm keeping my hand going like this motion the whole time, so it's like 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and C. Next measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and next measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you know, you got your 8 count on 4 beats per measure, where you're strumming on the ands, you're strumming up, so you're strumming 8 times per every 4 beats. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and next measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then your 3 beats per measure time signature would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and get your foot tapping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then you got your strumming on the ands on those. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Okay, so you get the idea. I love you. Call me with questions.